Alright, in this video we're going to be doing a breakdown of Niko's mechanics, specifically clips from his deathmatch, and showing you various nuances, details, and techniques that he does that you really can't see until you slow-mo it down. So we're going to be going into detail and showing those techniques and how you can apply them to your game. Alright, before we get into the Niko clips, I just want to show you examples of what you might be looking like if you're new to CounterStrike or FPS games. Alex is a phenomenal aimer, he aim trains a lot, but he's still new to CounterStrike, so his crosshair placement, map knowledge, and angles is just not all there. So as you can see here, as he's engaging in these fights, as he's swinging out, his crosshair's just not at the right place, which we'll see that Niko is actually one of the best in the world at doing this. And the reason why we want efficient crosshair placement is it just reduces the amount of corrections that we need to make when we swing out these angles. So let's go ahead and start with a full clip Niko speed and we'll break it down in slow-mo. Alright, now let's break this clip down in slow motion to show you the various techniques he's using. Keep in mind that Niko is an arm player, so he likes to bend his elbow compared to someone that's just a wrist player. So the advantage of having your arm and swiping across a pad is you can keep your mouse more on the pad. You don't have to like lift and reset it, and that gives him a wide range of motion. So let's go ahead and play this clip. And as he's peeking out Hall, he has his crosshair lined up through the wall. You see this? It's not to the left, and it's a very particular reason why he does that. It's because he wants to aim at this player in sandwich. So you can see he's through the wall. He's using his left strafe key to peek at this sandwich spot, but we see someone there, right? So we see someone, but just look at his crosshair placement. That's what I want to point out. And he's using his left strafe key. There's no mouse movement, and it's right on the money for a very popular spot in deathmatch. It's a respawn point. But he knows someone's here, so he's going to instantly transition, and before he even peeks, he's lining his crosshair through the wall. You see that again, it's through the wall, it's not on the edge. Now, boom, he peeks out, he's crouching, he's more difficult to hit. His crosshair is pretty much right on the money. He makes a micro correction, and then he's going to go ahead and tap at this range. So he gets his kill, and now he's going to clear his left side. So there's a very particular sequence he does this as well. So again, his crosshair's through the wall. He's using his right strafe key to reveal the angle. So he's going to cut this angle and then cut spawn, which is clear. And now the thing I want to point out here is that because he's an arm player, he can make this large range of motion, do a full 180 while still keeping his mouse on the pad. So what he does is from this spot, he transitions, cuts to this angle. So you can see it's a 45 degrees. And it's very particular why he put his crosshair in this position compared to anywhere else, because what he's done, again, he's created 45-degree angles, but also he's now in the middle of this box of potential places that the opponent can be. It's not over here, it's not to the right, it's not down here, because now he's in the middle. So if someone's here in this spot, someone in this spot, someone in this spot, now he has an equal amount of distance and flicking he can do, right? So we could see him dissect this angle, and now he's going to go clear his Hall. See this large, we see someone here, but he doesn't, it's a little too late. He's already swiping for his Hall. So, but in one motion, because he's an arm player, he can go all the way to this angle and then keep his mouse on the pad, and then he gets his kill. Then as he's peeking this Hall, there's also a very particular reason why he's putting his crosshair wide, because he's worried about someone close. So what I mean by wide is that the crosshair, there's some width. You see that? Because the scary spot is if someone's close. So he's preparing for that. It's wide. Once that's clear, he's going to go ahead and move it towards the left-hand side. Cuts this angle, cuts this angle, cuts this angle, and cuts this angle. All in one motion. Now once that's clear, he hears someone, so he makes an instant adjustment. Right here, he's going to go ahead and spray at this close range. And now he's going to go ahead and clear this left-hand side, which we'll see basically the same sequence we saw earlier. So you can see the crosshairs through the wall. He's strafing out, clears this spot that we talked about earlier, clears this spot. See, it's all in one motion. And this is, we'll play this again 100% speed after this, but we could just see instantly that once a spot's clear, you need to transition your crosshair to the next spot. Once that's clear, he dissects this angle, he sees someone, so he's going to take some shots. but he doesn't commit. And the thing I want to point out here is he does the same 45-degree transition to the right side. So from here, he does basically a 45 degrees to get line of sight to all these potential angles. Before, we had the crosshair over here on the left-hand side, and that's because he was aiming further left because he was looking at CT spawn. So he did a 45-degree angle to get himself line of sight. He reacts, and then he goes ahead and taps there, which is the ideal bullet pattern. So after he gets his kill, he knows that there's still someone on this left-hand box. So he makes an instant flick. And this is what makes elite aimers so good, is they just know the potential range of motion that they need to move their mouse, the next angle, and they can get it there instantly. So he instantly makes that flick. He knows, that's the distance he needs to move his mouse. And even the elite aimers, most of the time their first flick is off. What makes them special is their micro motions and micro correcting. So as you can see here, his first flick was actually off. You see that it was just kind of to the left, but then his micro correction is instant. Boom, so he gets that kill. Now again, he does that 45-degree cut to the right, and now his crosshair is kind of in the middle right here of this working box of potential places that the opponent can be. Now there's that sandwich spot we talked about. Great patience here, tracking the opponent midair, getting that kill. Transitions, nothing's there. He hears someone shooting through that wall, so he takes that shot. And then this is why he peeks wide in this hall scenario. So as we can see here, this is the spot that we're worried about, right? We're fully exposed, they have a full line of sight, and he just didn't have time to go wide at that point. So now he has to make a micro correction, which he does. His crosshairs line up through the wall for this sandwich spot. He clears this angle, clears this angle, clears this angle, same sequence. See how crisp it is? It's this crosshair is always at the right place as he's revealing these angles. So then he makes an adjustment here, and then he gets taken out. So let me go ahead and just play the clip again in full time and look at his crosshair placement. It's always at the right place at the right time. He's aiming it through the wall. He's using his movement key to assist with it. He's using the right bullet patterns, tapping and spraying. And then he's just incredibly efficient because he knows these angles and how much he needs to move his mouse to get to these angles. I want to let you know that I've started an FPS community on school.com with everything you need to know to take your skills to the next level, from aiming and movement mechanics, custom training drills, how to develop a team, pro mindset videos, VOD reviews, and weekly training sessions with me. Link is in the description if you want to check it out.